Hi there, welcome to your Pilates session. Right, knees are slightly bent, tummy muscles are held in, neck and shoulders are relaxed. So let's start with our roll down. So we want the chin to go first and unpeel the spine. We want the knees to be soft, the neck and shoulders to relax, and we're rolling down until we feel a stretch. It's not about how far you get, it's about feeling a stretch for your arms, your neck, your shoulders. Your knees should be slightly soft, and you're inhaling, exhaling. When you're ready, let's curl back up. So as you come up, draw your tummy muscles in, pull them in as if you've got your imaginary belt on the third notch. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And then when you're ready, the head comes back up onto the shoulders. Now we're going to a full body stretch. So think about pulling your tummy muscles in. You're on a nice big stretch rack. And now lean over to one side, breathe out. Lean over to the other side, breathe out. And now let's do that once more. So the chin is first. It goes chin, neck, upper back, lower back, middle back, and then hang the arms down at the bottom. Keep the knees slightly bent. Let the arms feel like they weigh a lot. They're heavy. And then when you're ready, let's breathe out again. We want the head to come up last. Then peel the spine. Breathing out, breathing out. And then when we get to the top, go back to a full body stretch. Lengthen, tummy muscles in. Let's do a few sways from side to side. Relax and breathe. Let's do 2 more times. 1 more time. And then relax. So last time, let's do 1 more curl down. Knees are slightly bent, neck and shoulders are relaxed. Work it down, breathing, breathing. It helps if you breathe. And then from there, let's come onto your knees carefully. And we're going to sit back onto your knees. Lead the arms forward and sit back. Now careful if you've got a bad knee. If you've got a bad knee, don't sit back quite so far. You don't want to squash that knee. Now push the arms away from you. Have a few moments to relax and think about what we're going to do next. So if you do some breathing, the biggest inhale you can, biggest exhale you can. You want to feel like your lungs are expanding. So the rib cage comes up and then the rib cage comes down. Let's do 2 more times. Big inhale, big exhale. And then release. Let's come onto all fours now and we'll just do a back stretch. So you want to make sure your knees are directly under your hips and your hands are shoulder width apart. You want your back to be nice and flat. So imagine your back's a table. So that would be bad posture and that would be bad posture. So your back is in neutral. It's a neutral spine. You're just holding your tummy muscles in slightly on your third notch of your belt. So 10th notch you can't breathe. No notches sticks out. 10th notch just held in. And now inhale, curl your back up like an angry cat. Exhale and just let your back release. You don't have to push it down. Let's round up. Inhale, angry cat. Exhale and release. Last time. Inhale, angry cat. Exhale and release. And then we'll sit back once more again. Careful if you've got a bad knee. Sit back for that stretch. Drop the head down low. Hands go down by the side into child's pose. Just one massive deep breath in and out. And release. Okay, we're ready to start the work. So let's head onto your back then. We're going to go into a full body stretch. So legs out straight, carefully down, arms over the head. And we're going to stay here for a few moments as we have a breather. So let's think about your breathing. Let's do the biggest inhale, exhale you can. So your ribs and your tummy are relaxed. You're not on a belt, you're just relaxed. Your back is neutral, arms and legs long. So when you do your inhale, you want your ribs to come up, your tummy to come up, like you're filling up a balloon. And then on the exhale, you're releasing your balloon. So it goes inhale. And then you exhale. So my ribs come up, my tummy comes up, and then it comes back down. Let's do it again. So this is just to calm the body down, relax. We're trying to remove the stale oxygen out of the lungs, put the good oxygen back in. Trying to prepare the body mentally and physically for work. And this is also for relaxation, especially at the moment when we're all so stressed. Think about your breathing. Short, shallow breath is anxiety. Long, strong breath calms us, relaxes us, and puts oxygen back into our body. So breathing is really important, especially at the moment. We don't normally breathe well as it is. I'm a very short, shallow breath person. So if we do this breathing, it helps our whole body. So let's do a couple more. And now let's hug the knees into the chest. So the knees are going to come in just to let that back relax. Knees in. So throughout our workout now, work at your own level. Less is more. So everything done well with Pilates is better than trying to do the hard stuff. You're having to jerk, pull a muscle, your tummy's sticking out, your back's arching, you're holding your breath, then that's not good. It's always better to do the easy options really well than trying to do the hard stuff. And now just bring your nose up to your knees, breathe out for a stretch. And then head back down and relax. Okay, are we ready to start the work? So legs go down, hands down by the side. This is our sleeping position. Some people call it the corpse, some people call it sleeping. So this is our sleeping position. I like that the best. So relax your body. I want you to squeeze your buttocks as hard as you can. So think about squeezing your buttocks as hard as you can. We want our tummy flat now. You've got a glass of water on your tummy. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. And now I'm pulling up my pelvic floor. So thinking about the internal muscles being pulled in. They're the ones that I'm working. Everything's pulled in and I'm breathing. But now I'm trying to breathe with my tummy on the third notch of the belt and my ribs in the correct position. So now let's work on our breathing. So inhale to prepare, exhale and float the arms strongly over the head. Inhale to prepare, exhale and float them back. So we're doing this as a breathing exercise. So I'm keeping my buttocks tensed, my tummy on the third notch of the belt, my legs are strong and long, and then the arms are powerful. The whole idea of having powerful arms is to pump the oxygen around the body and pump the circulation. So if the arms are floppy like that, it doesn't really do much. So I'm making them powerful. I'm trying to do it on one breath. So I inhale now, and then I do the biggest exhale I can. So I'm doing it as a breathing and a calming exercise. Trying to remove the stale oxygen and put the good oxygen in. If you've got good strong lungs, you'll be able to do a massive breath. It might take you 8 to 10 seconds. Last time back. And then release. Now let's bend the knees in and we're going to go on to our bridge. So we want to have the knees in line with the ceiling. If you imagine you had 2 glasses of water on your knees, you don't want them moving. When they're still, that's when the abs are engaged. The hands are down by the side. You want your neck and shoulders to be long. Think about your feet being flat and the heels directly under the knees. So on the breath out, I lift strongly up. Try to make a slope from the knee to the hip to the shoulder, and then strongly back down. So we're not curling at the moment, we're going straight up. So I go up, breathe out, strongly up. The idea is to keep the hip bones pointing up, the knees completely still, and then straight back down. The height depends on you. If you're flexible, you're strong, you might go a little bit higher, but you don't want to go too high that you get to the point where your back is arched and you're out of alignment. Imagine your body is just a ski slope from the knee to the hip to the shoulder. If those knees are wobbling, it's not wrong. It's just the stiller they are, the more the abdominals and all the muscles are engaging. Let's do 2 more times. If you're cramping, then maybe you're using your legs too much and you're not engaging from the abs. Let's do 1 more time. So the next time we're going to stay up there if you can. If you need to have a rest, have a rest. So we're going to stay up here and we're going to work on our breathing again. So inhale to prepare, exhale and float the arms over the head. Now this is where we want to keep those knees still. Inhale to prepare and then exhale to come back. Watch when the arms go over the head, the shoulders don't come up under the ears. We still want to keep that long neck. If you're finding it too hard, you can have the legs a little bit lower, or you could do it with your bottom on the floor. So inhale to prepare, exhale and to go over. So I'm trying to use my abdominals to stop my knees going from like that and to stop my hips coming up and down. I'm trying to work on my breathing, keeping my buttocks tight so they're working. And then I'm watching my neck doesn't do that. I want the shoulder blades down, so the good posture. You can always do it with your buttocks down if you're finding it hard, and you can just concentrate on your breathing instead. Keeping a neutral spine if you're in that position. So when you're ready, let's do 2 more times. Watch your tummy's not sticking out. So if you feel like your tummy's doing that, it needs to be in slightly. So we're on that 3rd notch with the belt again. Let's do 1 more time. So exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to come back. And then slowly down, release the buttocks and draw the knees in for a stretch. So the knees have come in, I'm having a moment to relax, so stretch, let your back release and breathe. Now bring your nose to your knees, pop hold of the knee, do 2 breaths as you pull it. Breath, 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 breath. So chin tucked under, breath, 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 breath. Hold the tummy muscles in, 2 breaths, 2 breaths. And again, and again. 1 more time, and draw the knees to the chest. So now we'll do that again with a straight leg this time. You can put the leg on the floor each time if it's too hard for you, or if your neck and shoulders getting bad, put the head down. So now straightest legs I can get. I go pull, 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 breath, 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 breath. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Draw the knees in. Well done, everybody. So now let's take our legs onto our table. So with the table, we've got a few options here. We want our arms and neck and shoulders relaxed. We take 1 leg up and 1 leg up. So this is our ideal table position. Now if you've got a bad back, your back's arching, your tummy's not strong, you can bring your knees closer to the chest, or you can just do 1 leg at a time. So it's up to you. If you're strong, you can have your legs onto your proper table. You want the shins parallel to the floor, the toes pointing forward, and the knees in line with the hip. The neck and shoulders relaxed. Try to have a neutral spine. We don't want the back to be hollowing or arching, and we don't want the tummy to be doming. So imagine that you're pulling your belly button into the floor. So I'm pulling my belly in, I'm trying to get my ribs down so they're not flared, and holding the tummy in. but still breathing. So if that's too hard, you can put one foot down, or you can bring the knees in closer. So we need to just be at the point where the tummy is engaging, but we're not feeling it in our back. The legs should start to get heavy, the tummy should be engaged. The arms should be relaxed and breathe. Thinking about that tummy on the third notch of the belt, I'm pulling my belly button into the spine. Take a rest if you need to, because this is hard. If you're doing it properly, it's not an easy exercise. So when you're ready, carefully put one foot down, draw the knees in for a release. So we're now going to do that again, but we're going to do it with 100. So with the 100, we're going to do a fast 100. So it's continuous breathing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Watching the tummy's not bouncing, keeping the head still, chin tucked under. If it starts to get your neck and your shoulders, put your head down on the floor. If you need to have a rest, have a rest. So I take my legs onto my tabletop position. Shoulders come up, looking at my thighs, continuous breathing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Power arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 50. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Third left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And release. Oh, well done, everybody. Right, let's turn over then. Grab a drink if you need a drink. Otherwise, we're now going to turn onto your knees. So let's work on our lower back and our buttocks now. So opposite leg, opposite arm. So we want to be in our tabletop position. So we want the knees literally under the hips, the hands under the shoulders, and we want our back in neutral spine. So that would be bad posture, that would be bad posture. So our back should be neutral. Eyes to the floor, knees are hip width apart. On the breath out, I extend opposite leg, opposite arm. So I breathe out, lengthen my leg, lengthen my arm. What we're looking for is not being up here and not being down there unless you can't get any higher. We want to be parallel with the floor. Holding the tummy muscles in, long leg, long arm. And then control down. Now coming down is just as important as going up. A lot of people think the important part of the exercise is this bit and then they just collapse it down. We need to come down at the same speed because that's what's using our abdominals. The tummy's on the third notch of the belt. I breathe out. I lengthen my leg, lengthen my arm. Hold it. Control down. Now don't worry if you're shaking. Shaking's not wrong, but the stiller we can be, the more we're using our abdominals. So if you're wobbling, think about your tummy a little bit more. If you're wobbling and you're like that, that's fine. You might not be strong enough. And again. So let's do a few more. So thinking about your posture. Your tummy's in, your back is in neutral spine. Head to the floor without it hanging. Think about holding the tummy muscles in and breathing. Long leg, long arm. Control it down. Let's do one more time. And then release back for that stretch. So push back for the hold. Hold it there for a moment. And now we'll go on to our plank. So we want the hands under the shoulders. We've got two types of plank. The easy plank is onto our knees. So this is a good plank. It's fine. If you've got a weak back, you're not very strong, we can just do a box plank. So your legs are at a slight angle, your tummy muscles are held in, and we stay here. It's thinking about pulling your tummy in as tight as you can. So that's your beginner plank. Thinking about your neck and your shoulders being stabilized. And then the harder plank is foot back, foot flat. So we're looking down at the floor without letting the neck hang. So we're holding the head. The hands are directly under the shoulders. The tummy muscles are in and breathe. Now don't worry if you can't do very long. 10 seconds is fine. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. You never need to do too long anyway. It's not about trying to set a record. 30 seconds to a minute is ample. Better do 30 seconds well than a minute hurting yourself. So strong, you can take a rest if you need to. Otherwise, we'll stay up there for a little bit longer. Thinking about putting the tummy muscles in. or go to the knee one if you prefer. Can we do another 20 seconds? So inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Well done. Let's sit back for that stretch. So now let's move it onto our tummy. So onto our belly now. We'll just sit back, hold it here for a second. So now we're going to work on some lower back. So we want the feet to stay on the floor long. We want the hands to come down by the side. So think about your neck being long. If the shoulders are up here, my neck's disappeared. So I push my shoulder blades back and the arms are powerful. On the breath out, I'm going to lift up, look down at the floor so I don't tip my chin up, hold it for a moment, and then release. So the arms should be nice and long and strong. I breathe out on the lift, squeeze my shoulder blades back like I've got a pencil in them, I'm trying to nip them, and then come back down. So make the legs long, you breathe out, you come up. So think about the arms being strong, the eyes to the floor so your neck stays long, the legs are long, and you're breathing out on the lift. If you can, you're having your tummy on that third notch of the belt as well. If you're feeling it in your back and it's hurting, then obviously stop, or don't go quite so high, or think about your tummy a bit more. You should get a little bit of tension, but that's all. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, lift. And then 1 more time. Exhale, lift. And then bring the hands next to the ear and push up for a nice stretch. So lengthen your neck, don't go too high. Just feel a stretch for a moment for your tummy and your lower back. And then release. Well done. Let's tuck the arms underneath you now then. So let's go on to our forearm plank now. So again, you can do exactly the same thing. You can do a knee plank if you prefer. So this is my knee plank. I'm on a little bit of an angle. Still hard. Still pulling my tummy muscles in. Watching your back doesn't arch. And then up onto our full plank if you can. So we want to make sure the neck and the shoulders relax. The tummy muscles are in. And you're parallel with the floor if you can. So I can't actually see myself at the moment, but hopefully I'm parallel. So I'm breathing, stomach in, neck and shoulders relaxed. If you need to have a rest, come down, have a rest. Don't strain yourself. Plank is always hard. Inhale, exhale. 20 seconds to go if you can. So knee plank if you're struggling, or sit back and then just have a little rest. Think about holding your tummy muscles in. Can we do another 30? No, another 10 seconds, not another 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and sit back for that stretch. Well done. Let's stay here for a moment. So let's go on to buttocks now. We're going to work our buttocks, our tummy, and our lower back, and we're going to go on to swimming. So we want our hands in a square. So the forehead can be rested on the floor or slightly up if you don't like swallowing the mat, breathing into the mat. You want your hands in a good strong square. So my hands would be there. We want to have your legs as long as possible. If you had a stone under your tummy, it would be uncomfortable. So you pull your stomach in to the point where you're just getting your belly off the stone. Your neck is long and your shoulder blades are down. I've lengthened my leg, I've tightened my buttocks. I just squeeze my tummy in, squeeze my buttocks up, and swim. 1, 2, 1, 2. There's no movement in my body. My arms are relaxed, and I'm just squeezing my buttocks. You're feeling it in your lower back. You're going too high, or you're not tightening your tummy. So you can make it easier by doing 1 leg at a time. So I lengthen. This is actually quite a hard exercise. So if you don't want to do double swimming, just do 1 leg at a time. Now, if you're strong, you might get your thighs a little bit higher, or it depends on how strong you are. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Now let's push up for our nice back stretch. And then we'll do that once more. So let's do 1 more set. Let's go. Inhale, exhale. Arms relaxed, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, release, and back to that back stretch, which will carry on to a swan dive. So we're going to take the legs wide with the heels turned in. The hands are in our square. So a swan dive is to stretch out our upper back, nice stretch, and then strengthen our buttocks and our lower tummy. So on the breath out, I come up, I breathe out, have that nice stretch, long neck, and then slowly as the head returns to the floor, I engage my buttocks and tummy, and then elevate my legs off the floor, heels turned in. And then repeat. So it's 2 exercises, don't do them together. It's a very slow exercise, it should be a nice exercise. You're doing it on 2 breaths, 1 on the upper body, 1 on the lower body. Now if that's too hard for you, you can work on just squeezing your buttocks instead. So I'll show you the easier version now. The forehead comes down and I just squeeze my buttocks rather than elevating the legs. So if you've got a weak back or a weak bottom, you might not be able to get the legs off the floor. So just squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the pelvic floor instead. And then slowly down, elevate or squeeze. So obviously if you're quite strong, you might get the legs higher. Breathe out. So this is a nice exercise if you're trying to work your lower back, stretch your lower back, and then work onto your buttocks as well. So this is called the swan dive. Can we do 2 more times? Always trying to think about your pelvic floor, your neck and shoulders relaxed. We haven't done that with our shoulders. And then slowly up onto the knees. Let's sit back for a release stretch. Right, so let's turn over now then, and we're going to sit onto our bottom and we'll do some rotation work. So, sitting onto your bottom, we want your knees pointing up to the ceiling. So the trick is to keep the knees still. If the knees are wobbling, then that's not good. You want the knees pointing up, the feet flat, if you can. So bad posture would be like that. My neck's gone, my back is arched. So we want your back in a nice, correct position. The neck and shoulders are long and the shoulder blades are down. Imagine you've got something in your shoulder blades. I've got my thumb in your shoulder blades. Try to squeeze them back. So into the pray position. So your thumb should be sort of level with your nose. I've just got my tummy on the 3rd notch of the belt. And as I go around, I breathe out. So I follow around, squeezing my shoulder blades back and down. I've got a pencil in them. Look round, breathe out. Hold it back to the center. So if the knees come with you, then the abs aren't engaged. So if this is too hard for you and you can't get that straight back, you can sit on a pillow or a block. So if you find your back's like that and you just really can't straighten it up, sit on a pillow or a block. Or if you want to have it a little bit easier, you can take your legs further away. So this is to get our thoracic spine moving. That's our upper back, to get some mobility in our upper spine. So if you do a lot of work on the computer, a lot of driving, you're going to have a tight upper back. Also works the waist as well if you're pulling the tummy muscles in. So watch those knees aren't coming with you. And one more time the other way. So you should be breathing out now, tummy on the 3rd notch of the belt. And then release. So take the legs wide and then lean forward. So just relax into the stretch for a moment. Hold it just for a stretch. And release. Well done. Let's turn onto your back then. So into a full body stretch, legs out straight, arms overhead. Just have a relax for a second. And now we're going to go on to our roll up. So with a roll up, there's a half a roll up for those that can't do it. So the half roll up is I breathe out, I roll up, I just hold it there, tense my abdominals, look at my tummy, and then curl down. And if you can, you're going to go all the way to ceiling. So this is quite advanced, so don't do it if you can't. So I pull my tummy muscles in, I breathe out, so go lower back, middle back, upper back. Now I lengthen to the ceiling. That's what we want. We want the length, we want the long legs, but we don't want the neck to have disappeared. So my shoulder blades are still down, and then I uncurl. It goes lower back, middle back, upper back. Now, if you've got to throw yourself up, don't do it. Just stick with the half one, which is out, breathe out, and release. So if you've got to throw yourself up, don't do it, because then you're only going to pull a muscle. Lengthen at the top. You want to feel that nice stretch. Make sure the shoulder blades are down. We haven't all hunched up like that. And then unpeel your spine, lower back, middle back, upper back, and have a stretch at the bottom. So when you're ready, keep going, keep going. Look at your tummy on the way down. If you can feel your tummy sticking out, that's not good. So check your tummy, put it in before you curve. So I will look at my belly, hopefully it's in. Unpeel, unpeel, unpeel. And then have a stretch at the bottom. Let's do one more time. Unpeel, unpeel, stretch at the top. And then breathe out to curl down. So always doing that with 2 breaths. And then when you get to the bottom, pull the knees into the chest. So we'll just have a stretch for a moment. Hold it here, have a stretch. So now put the hands behind the head. Let's scoop up. So this is where we don't want your back to hollow. So I've scooped up, checked my belly, and make sure I can balance my tennis ball or glass of water on it. So staying up here, chin tucked under, no tension in the head. We're going to lengthen the leg away from you. So what I'm trying to do is not let my back arch or my tummy dome. Now, if this is too much for you, you can just go out halfway. As soon as you feel that your back is arched or your tummy's domed, you've gone too far. So I look at my belly, I check that I've got my tennis ball or my glass of water on it, and I lengthen my leg. My hands are just supporting my head. So you might want to just do a small kick instead, if that's enough for you. We're trying to contain neutral spine, the tummy is not doming, the back is not arching. If you're advanced, you can take the leg right out, but make sure you're keeping control of that tummy. It should be quite hard. Think about your breathing. You're breathing out as the leg goes away, out as it goes away. And again, let's do 2 more. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. And then draw the knees into the chest. Well done. So let's go on to rolling like a ball. So one hand on each knee, and we're going to roll. So the idea with the roll is to massage your back, get mobility in your spine, coordination and circulation. So we roll to a seated position and then curl back. So it goes every vertebrae. That would be a perfect roll. Watch your neck on the way down. And think about each vertebrae rolling. So if you're thudding, that's not good. We don't want to hear your back. Now, if that's too hard for you, you can stay with a half a roll, which is staying on the floor and just rocking your knees in, which is a nice back releaser. So if it's too hard, just pull your knees in and relax. If you can, we roll. Now, if you want to make it a bit harder, you can take your hands away. Only take the hands away if you're in control. If you're all over the place, you better keep your hands on. Roll and breathe. Think about your balance, your coordination. Let's do one more time and then stay up. So this time I'm going to balance. I'm going to grab one knee and go pull, 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 pull. Think about your posture. Your tummy muscles are in. If that's too hard, you can put your leg down in between each time. Pull, 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 pull. Breath, breath. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and then release. Use your tummy to get back. Leave the hands down by the side and bring your knees into your bridge position once more. We're going to have our feet together this time. So last bridge position. And we're going to have the heels closer to your buttocks. So the knees are in and it's closer to your buttocks. Hands down by the side. Let's come up into a good strong bridge. So you can come up onto the balls of the feet if you want. So if you want to work on the calves more and the arches of your feet, you can come into the balls of your feet, or you can stay down flat. We're going to work on inner thighs. So my neck and shoulders are stabilised and relaxed. They haven't shot up like that. Tummy flat, hips up. So it depends on your height. Now really slowly I open my knees. The trick is to keep the hip bones level and we're not moving our back. No tension in the arms and not hanging onto the mat for dear life. At that point I've got to stretch and then I come back in. Now I'm pretending I've got a band around my legs, so I'm not just collapsing. I've got resistance. I'm pretending that I'm having to really force my legs in, squeeze my kneecaps together. You can do with this with flat feet if your feet don't work properly. I know some people have arch problems and they can't do this with their feet. Try not to wobble. The hip bones need to be still. Let's do one more time. So this time we're just going to stay there for a few moments. 3, 2, 1. Slowly in, buttocks down, and release. Bring one knee in and do fast pulls. So pull, pull, breath, breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. We'll do a straight leg, but leave the head down if it's getting your neck. Pull, 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 pull. 4, 3, 2, release. Well done. Let's turn onto our side now. So now we're going to work some hips and waist. So we're going to lie onto our side. So what we're looking for is the palm up and the ear down and the body in the straightest line you can get. You should have a line from your finger to your ear, to your shoulder, to your hip, to your toes. If you had a piece of string all the way down you, your hand's going to be in front of you. Tummy should be on the third notch of the belt because at this point gravity is pulling it forward. I just engage my tummy, breathe out and lift the feet. So the idea is to be strengthening your hips and your waist, tummy in, and we hold it. If you can do that easily, you can bring the hand over the head and hold. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. I've pulled my tummy in. But if you're wobbling and you're like a fish out of water, leave your hand in front of you. Engage the tummy, lengthen the legs, breathe. Inhale, exhale. And release. Well done. Sitting up into our mermaid pose. Careful if you've got a bad knee that you don't squash the knee. Hand goes onto the foot. The arm goes over. You feel a stretch. And release. Let's turn over. So, lying down, long body, the straightest body you can get. You've got that piece of string from your finger to your ear, to your hip, to your toe. Hand in front of you. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Tummy on the third notch of the belt. Hips up when you're ready, legs are long. So if you're wobbling, then you've got to think about keeping that hand in front of you, otherwise it could go over the head. So I find I've got one side better than the other. One side I wobble on, one side I don't. I'm just holding the tummy muscles in and breathing. You can take the hand over the head if you prefer. So I'm just feeling it slightly in my waist and my hips. 3, 2, relax. Now sit up into your mermaid pose. Carefully, if you've got a bad knee, you might not be able to do this. You can adjust it to suit yourself and roll over. Well done, and then release. Let's come back up onto your hands and knees one more time, and we're going to go onto our forearm plank. So last plank for today, we're going to go onto forearm plank, and we're going to do it slightly differently. So when you're ready, onto the forearms, we're going to take the legs back, hold the tummy muscles in, and we're going to bend one knee, one knee, one knee, one knee. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Back onto the knees into our plank. So we want your back to be as still as possible. Breathe out. I squeeze the knee open into the buttock, hold it for a moment, and then change. So I've just got my tummy on the third notch of the belt. I take the leg out to the side, feel my buttock and hip engage, stop, change. So if you do this without thinking about it, you won't feel it. It's too easy. I have to think about what I'm doing. I focus on my buttock. I'm trying to make this work, so I'm focusing on it. If I'm thinking about the weather or thinking about the virus, then it's not going to work. I'm trying to think about the buttock, so I think about that muscle as I bring the leg out. So I've just pulled my tummy muscles in slightly. What we're trying to do is not that. You see loads of people in the gym doing that. They're just swinging. It's just about engaging that muscle and then putting it back down. Let's do 4 more. Breathe out, 1. Control. 3 more times. Breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe out. 1 more time. And release. Well done, everybody. Right, let's turn on to your back. So we're nearly there now. I'm just going to do a few more exercises and then we're there. Let's turn on to your back. Let's do a nice, easy one. One arm out each side. I'm going to do rolls. So I breathe out. I roll my knees over to the side. My head just turns gently to the left. I feel a stretch. Don't go all the way to the floor. And then bring it back to center. So the arms are pinned down. This is a nice, easy one. Just going to waist and get mobility in our back. Let the head and the shoulders relax. Then as you're doing it, you're just putting your tummy muscles in. The knees go over, the head relaxes over. And then 1 more time. So just doing this as an easy one. And draw the knees back into the chest. Hug them in for a moment. So we'll do 1 more 100. The legs are going to be straight this time. So if you're not very strong, you can do your 100 with the feet on the floor. You can do your 100 in the table. Or if you want to make it harder, we're doing 100 to the ceiling. So your legs will be as straight as possible, but that depends on the flexibility, obviously, of your hamstrings. So by all means, do 100 with the feet on the floor, the head down, table, you pick your version. So if you can, the legs will be straight, shoulders up, tummy muscles in, feet flat. Let's go. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Watch tummy's not going me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The arms should be powerful, cutting the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 50. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tensing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax. Well done. Full body stretch. Okay, so let's do 1 more exercise here. So we're going to go on to our corkscrew. So the hands go down by the side. Imagine you've got a glass of water or a tennis ball on your tummy. Take the legs up. The easier version is having your knees bent. The harder version is having the legs straight. We want to go clockwise, doing a small perfect circle on the ceiling. It's not about doing a massive all over the place circle. You've got to imagine that you've got a glass of water on your tummy. So I breathe out as I do 1 full circle. I'm pulling my tummy into the floor, belly button in, pelvic floor in, and no tension. I'm not hanging on to the mat. It's a perfect circle. Now you can make it easier by having the knees bent. And you can make it harder by doing a bigger circle. But if you're rolling and you're all over the place, you need to do a smaller circle. Knees in. So you breathe out all the way around if you can. Let's go the other way, anti-clockwise. So if you can and you're flexible, you've got nice straight legs. You've got longer legs. You can do a bigger circle. What we don't want is the back to arch and the tummy to dome. You don't want to be hanging onto the mat either. If we're hanging onto the mat, then we're using the wrong muscles. So it's quite hard if you're doing it properly. I'm thinking about really pulling my belly muscles in, not letting my back arch. 1 more time. And draw the knees into the chest. Bring the nose up to the knees, breathe out for a stretch. And we'll do our last exercise for today, full body stretch. So again, we're going to do one more lot of roll-ups. If you can't do a roll-up, we do our half a roll-up, which is there. We breathe out, hold the tummy muscles in. And if you can, you're going to do your roll-ups to your feet. So on the exhale, I roll up, curling my back, one vertebrae at a time. I stretch to my feet. Exhale and come back down. So I inhale to prepare. Exhale and curl up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and back. Think about curving your spine, your lower tummy. You're pulling your tummy in, you're exhaling. If that's too hard for you, you can just do the half one. Again, if you're throwing yourself up like that, nudge, yeah, then that's not good. Then you're going to pull a muscle. Breathe out. If you want to make it a little bit harder, but you're struggling, you could use your hands to get you up. What you mustn't do is twist up. And then you could just work on the downward phase if you want to. Watch your tummy not doming. If you can see your tummy sticking, that's not good. You've got to think about pulling your belly in. So I inhale to prepare, exhale and roll up. And one more time. Each vertebrae touches the floor. We don't want to be doing any slabbing. Last time, exhale to prepare. Inhale to prepare, should I say? Exhale. All the way down, and then we're going to work on some stretches. Oh, well done, everybody. Let's stretch. So let the tummy relax now. You're on a full body stretch. Tummy's relaxed, all the work's done. And just have a few moments to chill out. Big inhale, big exhale. And think about your breathing being your calming breathing. And now draw one knee into the chest. So one knee is going to come in. We're just going to hold it here for a moment. Don't force it if you've got a bad knee. You just want to feel a stretch in your hip. Slowly and carefully change sides. And now both knees in. Hug them in tight, breathe out. And then back down. And then have a few moments to relax. Inhale, exhale. Now we'll take one arm out each side, like we did earlier. But this time I want the knees to go right over, so just until you feel a stretch. The head can just gently go the other way, shoulders down. And then slowly roll over the other way. Breathe, relax. And bring it center once more, knees back in. Slowly up. Let's turn onto your knees. So again, careful if you've got a bad knee, but we're going to sit back, push the arms away from you, do a couple of massive deep breaths in and out, and work on your fingers being pushed away from you. If your knees are bad, then you don't want to sit back quite as far as this. My knees are okay. Hands go down by the side into child's pose. Do two of the biggest deep breaths in and out we can. onto the hands and knees, into your angry cat. Inhale, angry cat. Exhale, relaxed cat. Inhale, angry cat. Exhale, relaxed cat. Carefully standing up onto the feet and leave the hands at the feet. So the knees are soft like we did at the start of the class, the arms are heavy, neck and shoulders are heavy, and when you're ready, unpeel. Do this one nice and slowly, because if you come up quickly after lying on the floor, this is where we get dizzy. The head comes up last, you've just drawn your tummy muscles in, and when the head comes back up over the shoulders, just have a moment to let everything settle, because I'm like a bit dizzy now, I got up too quickly, I think. Arms up, stretch. And then one curl down to finish. So chin, neck, upper back, middle back, lower back, hang, knees soft. Give the arms a few swings, crisscrosses. Uncurl back the same way. Slowly up, the head comes up last. One vertebra at a time. Unpeel, unpeel, unpeel. Once the head comes back up onto the shoulders, breathe. And now let's do 2 deep breaths in and out to finish. So 10th notch of your bell, inhale. No notches, exhale. 10th notch, inhale. No notches, exhale. One more time. No notches, and relax. Well done, everybody. I can't wait to be back to normal. I'm missing you all. This is horrendous. I'm not going to talk about it because it's so bad, but I hope that helps you. I'll try and do one sort of every 1 week, every 2 weeks. I'll keep doing it with different exercises so you can log in. But if you want to call me, email me, text me at any time. If you want any help with anything, let me know. Bye for now. Thank you. Over and out.